comes from the RCMP. He was the former chief of all of Alberta for K Division. And his response regarding the assault that happened a couple weeks back on an Indian girl here in the city is, if you're on a warrant, we're going to catch you, and that's the main priority. And really, the women of Edmonton should be really on his case publicly. They should go on the Facebook site, the Edmonton Police Service site, and tell the police chief, okay, so if you have a LRT fine outstanding, or if you have a parking ticket outstanding, and you get raped, expect these Edmonton City Police to do nothing. That's really a scary scenario that our city police chief is painting here.
Yeah, for sure. And to me, that why is this allowed to continue? Is it because we don't do enough publicly to bring shame to that office, or?
Well, from my perspective, it's systemic in society. Look at Alberta. Since 1905, you're living in a white province, colonialist province from the Dominion of Canada, a colony of Great Britain. And too bad if there's a bunch of savages getting killed every year for 110 years. That's where we are. This might change radically this summer, but that's all we can hope for.
Yeah. And I think that the whole issue of I don't know. I mean, I thought police was supposed to be our friends, and then we find out that so many of them were abusing the Aboriginal women in BC when they were picking them up for whatever their reason was for picking them up. And
okay, well, don't be looking at the Mounties like they're some saints of goodness. That's all a myth. Because in reality, the Northwest Mounted Police, who became the RCMP, used to collect all the kids and drag them off to residential school, or intimidate or beat or jail the parents of those same kids. And then when those kids are murdered in the system, that's why the RCMP does not want those files to be released regarding the residential school. They are complicit in genocide in a form either large or small.
Wow.
And do you think that that's the reason why Sisters in Spirit, their database, their funding was cut?
Well, exactly. Look at what's going on across the country. Last year, major cuts across the board in every city and every Indian organization. And we have to really thank guys like Tom Flanagan for that kind of attitude, because Tom Flanagan was one of those guys that was basically preaching to every student that goes to his class at UFC, these Indians have to become Canadians and forget about their rights. And really, that's what's happening. We have no rights.
Well, and you're going to have even fewer once Stephen Harper's finished. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm an optimist.
Good. We need a few. Okay, so we need to take action, and we need to we need to go on the Edmonton Police Services Facebook and let them know that they're not fooling anybody.
If you have a conscience and you care about your brothers and your sisters and the ones who are being abused, we live so-called in a free society, a freedom of speech. Go on their site and let them know. Be respectful, be factual, and be legal, but let them know that this is not appropriate. Because the Edmonton City Police have been, doing a lot of bad things for a long time, and now it's getting down to the stupid case of, a girl getting raped and she's thrown in on a probation charge. Not just an ordinary warrant, but a probation charge. That's really sick.
Okay.
I gotta run. You guys keep having a good show, and
thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in, and we look forward to hearing from you again, Sultana.
All right. See ya.
Thank you. Hi.
All right. Totally awesome. And Sultana's right. Like, it's time for us to speak up. Just speak respectfully, factually, and appropriately, but still to make sure that that the authorities know that they have overstepped realistic boundaries, and it's time for that to end. And just it sort of along the same lines, we're talking about the Sisters in Spirit losing their funding and why they would, and the information that they collected. And one of the articles also that you had brought forward, Anna, was talking about the high percentage of Aboriginals within the incarceration system.
Yeah.
And I would say that the statistics kind of make it pretty plain that justice has a certain home that it lives in, and it doesn't venture far from that home. We're going to take a brief break, brief music break here on Moccasin Telegraph, and then we will come back to you. You are currently listening to your favorite radical radio station, CJSR, located 88.5 FM on your radio dial, CJSR.com on your internet dial.